who we serve. So I do agree with the repeal of the PLDC.
Thank you. Mr. Onishi?
It's interesting. I was involved with this when it was going through the legislature back in early 2011, 2010. It wasn't secretly just rushed through. There were public hearings that were out at the legislature during the sessions and stuff like that, because I did go and testify about it, because there's one project that I was looking at, and I mentioned that during testimony, during the resolution that we had passed. But I looked at Banyan Drive, and then in Banyan Drive, to me, that the PLDC could have been worked on, or could have been utilized with that empty lot that we have from the old Orchid Isle. And that Orchid Isle, for let you folks know, was burnt down many, many years ago. And the LNR never did do anything about that property. But now with executive order, it's been turned over to the county, to Parks and Rec, as a parking space. But now if we want to generate jobs in Hilo, okay, or to get a nice hotel because of our flight from LA to Hilo, we need to provide them some tourism if we're going to expect to get jobs here. And so that's why I looked at that. I also looked at where Banyan Drive, the golf course, instead of having the golf course, because it was like not being taken care of, is trying to utilize that area too. So, kind of where information where I think it's an information where people got misinformed or misled. And you can look at me like that, and that's true, because some of the comments that you make is not true what you're saying, but I don't want to go there. Another thing was that what they wanted to really do was that they wanted to have, by having this, is put in to get an inventory of all the state lands, but also with the DOE knowing, the DOE even doesn't know how much land they have. And also what they're looking at is having maybe the DOE, if they had this extra properties, to somehow do a private partnership so that that school could get income. Like if they could lease it out to, say, 7-Eleven or whatever, that money would be a revenue source to help that school in providing funding for that school for extra activities that they could use it for. But see, there's this whole thing, but I guess the way it was brought up, I guess it was kind of like the public, I guess, wasn't really informed of what was happening, it seems like. But as like Councilman Ilagan had mentioned, like they talk about they're not having to follow the EIS or whatever. There is in there that it states that they gotta follow, they shall follow this. And then also, when Mr. Haraguchi had come here to testify for us or to give us information, I asked, is this the only state agency that is doing this right now? But you guys got to think about that. Try to think, is there any other state agencies that have this flexibility? And if you folks cannot think of any of them, then I think you folks should go back and try to do some homework and find out what agencies might be having the same authority. Okay, so just a note, but I know the public and that, but the thing is, for me, I don't think it's the majority of everybody, the public, came out. Because my emails, I never got really any emails going against the PLDC. Okay. I've listened to testimony, but there were not emails coming to me. Okay. Another thing is, we need to understand that the governor is working closely with the legislature right now in order to reform this. And I think that we should at least give them a chance to see if they can reform the PLDC, or if they're going to repeal, then you support whatever decision they make. But we got to give them a chance. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Onishi. I'll speak last. If you want those 4 minutes from Mr. Yoshimoto, Ms. Willie, you're welcome.